Good morning, folks. It was heavy-duty Donald J. Trump late last night. Pete Hegseth, maybe not so late last night. And as well, Mike Waltz, backing up everything I've been telling you, everything we've done with our petition that I'm 1/3 through, got signatures collected, put into an Excel that's now more than 4 pages long. I'm going to continue doing that. It's good. Alphabetize. It does split up families, which is unfortunate, like couples and related family members. But I have to do that because there's been double signatures. But it's going very well. We have way more than enough signatures, and I'm verifying all that, triple checking, getting it done. I had to work a lot of this weekend. People worried why I didn't make the space yesterday. I was looking all day. I just figured Jonathan was tied up. I was very busy all weekend working. Got a lot done, but still much more to go. And I have 7 days. People are messaging, asking. I'm not answering those emails because I'm going to formulate the entire accurate list with everybody on it. And then everyone's going to get an email that's on that petition. Which brings me to late last night, Donald J. Trump. What I've always known and said, what Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, is saying, what I've been saying, backed up by Pete Hegseth, absolutely Mike Waltz, UNSC USA ambassador. If you've missed it, everybody, as a Canadian, we are out to lunch, far ranges of crazy. Doesn't matter, conservative, liberal, which conservatives trying to prop up liberals. No. It couldn't possibly have been elbows up Canadians who shot up the consulate, even though they have a clear make and model. They could have gotten the license plate. USA has technology for that imaging. They would have got the license plates. This is Canada, elbows up, probably the government of Canada responsible for the consulate. Now, even on 51st State page, everyone, Iranian regime people in Canada. Newsflash, every radical American registered terrorist group has cells in Canada, including Chinese police stations. If you're a Canadian who thinks any of this is new, and it's not entirely Canada's immigration program, always and forever, hey, ready for this? Through every province, worst is the provinces. Worst is the provinces. They actually give these people licenses, sponsorship for their education, which most regime people throughout the world and terrorist groups are highly educated. So are all the cartels and drug dealers. Yeah, Canadians. Not only is the federal government always and forever, since absolutely 1993, ramping this up, liberal, conservative, pretty much since Brian Mulroney, to be accurate. But when I talk about ramping up, we got to talk about mass immigration. That really was fundamental of Pierre Poilievre and Stephen Harper's government. Absolutely. There was no amount of registered in America terrorist cells and registered narco. There's an international binding law on drugs. But Canada said, it's okay, we love these people. We love them. Conservative, liberal. But the worst was the provinces. The worst was the provinces in their nomination programs with the fast-track education, bypassing any checks. That's why Canada's scrambling today. Not new. Again, everybody, this is not new. This has been almost now coming on 3.5 decade problem of Canada. Not yesterday, Not even the week before or the year before or the entire Trudeau, which was explosive. Sure, he's on that incline, but so was Harper. We can keep going back pretty much all the way to Brian Mulroney, right? We gotta change Canada for a better vision of the Crown future. We've got to follow the United Kingdom. Crazy! Yeah, crazy. Late last night, Donald J. Trump goes into Iran's AI, Iran's well-established propaganda system. Yes, through AI and fake videos of bombing boats and ships in the Hormuz. Not happening. It's all fake. Which brings me to the consulate. And Canada's rush to blame it on all these Sharia clerics who somehow got into Canada through the provincial nomination programs, right? And they can't even tell you that. But that's exactly how they got in. Unaffected, with ID, with papers, right out of each and every province. Probably the worst one being is Alberta. Worst in Canada by far. That's why ICE has expanded and grown on the Montana border beyond anywhere else in Canada. I'm sorry. I'm sorry nobody likes these truths. I don't make it up. Everybody, I give the truth as it is, as it's recorded. And if you haven't noticed, the President of the United States is following up with my truths. So I ran with this powerful propaganda machine, learned from the Crown, because UK and France gotta sit this one out, right? Huh? You're sitting this one out. Now Trump's calling out China. Says if you want any oil, China, you will help us secure the strait because you need it too. You need Iran's oil flowing to you. That's your sphere, not ours. We'll secure it for world what? Peace and security and the idea of never again. As I told all of you, and I am 100% now entirely right on the money. Everything I've told you, everything I've been doing is now been proven correct. Did you notice that Congress in majority backs Trump on Iran? Wow, how did that happen? Oh yeah, Democrat and Republican committees. Remember 50-50? I haven't even got to continue on. I'm dying to finish my petition work so I can complete the rest of my committee work and catch up entirely to the United States. So I am 100% deadly accurate, as I have been in many, many fronts now. Just like Congress supports in clear majority Trump on Iran. And if you don't know, it's also on China too, clear majority. How is that possible? Because massive Democrats wrote those committee reports, are in full support of that stuff that Republicans didn't even write. Donald J. Trump is running on those reports. Democrats are happy. Sure, you got that noisy, lunatic MSN, NBC, CNN media going crazy. Oh, Trump, blah, blah. Uh-oh, you just lost Congress. What happened? I thought the Democrats were going to spank Donald J. Trump. He was going to get shut down. How dare he do a war effort on Iran? The media said no. Well, Congress says yes. Go for it. Finish it. That's the truth. How Canadians are watching their crap media, believing in the British propaganda baloney, Oxford, and then everyone clinging to it had to be one of that 1.4% Iranians who are crafting constant propaganda and baloney about all their effectual attacks all over the world. But the Canadian consulate doesn't come up. Oh, okay. So they claim all these other massive attacks and successes all over the world right now in the last 24 hours. But the Canadian consulate doesn't come into their propaganda. So it's not one of the 1.4% Iranians. Who would that leave? What common sense do you find in your head? They took away all of our handguns, firearms that were restricted. I know, I used to own some. I have a restricted and non-restricted license, but restricted already over 2 years ago. Everyone banned from handguns, all taken in by the government or locked away where you can be prosecuted, put to jail, lose your entire collection if any of that even leaves a lockbox. They're prohibited now. Okay, so a Canadian would do that? Elbows up? No, Canadians are largely fearful. I know, I see it. They're so fearful of, oh, the government's going to come after me. Government's going to come after me if I create any kind of political party for 51st state. I should shut up and be a communist, right? And I'm sorry, that's 90 percentile. It's no different even in what we're building. The fear factor. The government is your master. No, Canadians wouldn't do that. Who does that leave with all the access to all the handguns? Who could easily wipe away a registration? Because again, would criminals with illegal firearms risk their criminal enterprises to go get put on camera shooting up a U.S. consulate? I don't think so. No, that leaves your government with all the handguns they seized over the last 2.5 years. Oh yeah, it leaves them, could easily take any one of the many millions of handguns they've supposedly given away to even Ukraine. Oh yeah, pile of that went to Ukraine. But how many got swept aside for the government of Canada? How many are used for nefarious purposes, like going and shooting up the consulate? Who would get away with it with an unidentifiable vehicle in today's age on camera? Oh, the government could, because they run the show. Of course they could. Folks, Donald J. Trump late last night highlights all of that for you. Sorry, Canadians. No crazy Iranians claiming anything over the Toronto consulate. That leaves either A, your government, or you, the elbows up Canadian. And you know your government will blame first Iran. They're trying, and at least that's their propaganda machine being fed by the conservatives now at breakneck speeds. But yet Iran claims no claim of that, making up a whole bunch of other false propaganda stories about all these attacks all over the world, but yet they don't claim yours. Trump's got it figured out. Calls out NATO allies too. You get your ass and your capacity military to the Hormuz, and you defend that to get shipping lanes open. And no answer from those crown customary law lovers of communism. Trump says the fate of NATO rests on the action of everyone today, backed up by Pete Hegseth and Mike Waltz. What do you suppose is in store for Canada post-Iran, which they're going to be successful one way or another? And if the globalism would starve and murder people over energy, what does that tell you about your government's love for you, Canadians? Blame it on TDS, Donald J. Trump syndrome. Blame it on him. It's all his fault. It couldn't possibly be our actions at home and on the world stage and all the evil we're doing. Brings up the phony election and all of that, which is tied to a pile of Canadians already chased these folks who are all in all the agendas, 2021, 2030, 2050, destroying Canada record speed. Central to Canada, these actors, who are all being funded by you Canadians for AI, all these internet marketing campaigns and everything else, control, power, propaganda, programming, institutionalization, Oxford AI want established all over Canada to keep you all in the system. We, the lowly subjects in a pyramid class scheme, and the dirty savages below us, apparently, right? That's a great model of socialism and fascism, right? It's coming to an end. Trump tells us all, once Iran's over, it's Cuba, as I told you. Cuba's gone, so they're already negotiating at record speed. Their government is dealing with starvation, energy poverty. How long do we have, Canada? How long do we have until there is no more NATO? NORAD's completely defunct. And you are the next biggest threat to peace and security of the United States. And if you think the government of the United States is going to fold Democrat and Republican, you are crazy. You obviously don't want to even look at their democratic institutions because the legislative branch is backing Donald J. Trump. Again, many months ago, if you missed it, in majority, clear Democrat, mass Republican majority, but held by the Democrats, more of them than the radicals, supported that socialism, anti-socialism bill. That passed in majority. No communist spreading. None of that in America. No church under state. No church is state. It's America, and then there's God, and there's your country. Nothing higher than God, but that's your choice as the individual, as you see fit, just as it's your choice how your government operates and who gets into power to do your mandates from the community levels. Americans are much smarter. Donald J. Trump calls that out too. And he's right. He knows his Americans. He also knows Canada. He knows the Commonwealth. He knows Europe. He knows all the schemes, the deep state, the deep globalist swamp of subjugation, slavery, peasantry, serfs, and savages. They know it all too well. It's a lot older than Donald J. Trump. Goes back many generations before even his grandfather. America isn't changing at all. They're expanding. They're strong enough. They're ready to expand their sphere of influence. That's what they do. That's what they've always done. From 13 to 50 and now beyond. And folks, you fit in or you fuck off. It's that simple. I don't know how people are cowering right now, but they are. It is a storm right now. Choppy seas. Your radical governments from the left and right who are feeding each other, trying to feed all of you, and we watch our media and, yep, that's what it is. Nobody bothers. Is this shit even truthful? Is what the conservatives propagating on all these Iranian crazies in Canada? Well, it's been going on since 1993. Well, why are you bringing it up now? Are you trying to protect the evil and the attack on the U.S. consulate in Toronto? Yeah, they work for the Liberals. They're a machine. The yin to yang. It's so much propaganda and programming here, it's not even funny. Trump sees through it. The United States, entire executive sees through it. Mike Waltz, UNSC ambassador, sees through it. Canada, you're going to be finished. Your UK will fuck you over. Why? Because they always will. Same with France. Because you're a colony country. You've never moved past a lower tier country where you're a unneeded appendage that's nice to use to get work done and feed you money that you're not entitled to, but you can discard that whenever you need to. And they will. When the going gets rough, they will discard Canada. And Canadians don't understand that. You've been going through this for 150 years plus, but yet you won't wake up to it. Elbows up, America bad. Why is America your number one trading partner? I don't know, but they're bad. Who will replace them as your number one trading partner? The answer is nobody. Nobody. And any of those countries you think you're going to get deals, they will get into your system and they will destroy you. Okay, that's my alarm, folks. Gotta go. That's my video. Get it out there. Share, share, share. Don't be the coward. Time's coming, and I want to make this for 51st State. A lot of folks think that Donald J. Trump's going to do this for you. There is no State of the Union example in all history of America of any federal government or presidency doing it for them. They will crush you like Venezuela, like Iran. Now you're already seeing, you should see the Cuba example and the mass suffering. And boy, did that president act quickly. What do you suppose Canada will do? And again, if you think you're going to replace all of your massive majority trade in an open market USA with anybody else in the world, you're smoking the right, because that ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. And people got to wake up to that. That's my video. Oh, sorry. Canada, the 51st State. You, the people, have to do it. We have to build this. We have to get a registered party. We've got to get over the accountant hurdle one way or another. I'm not stopping. But again, this is work we have to do. The few. Yes, there's thousands that sit there. Donald J. Trump, do it for me. I need a supreme leader. It's no different than the rest of Canada. There's people who like it, but when it comes down to the personal accountability or responsibility, as a citizen, like an American, because you want to be one, right? That means you accept responsibility and personal accountability. And a lot of Canadians really don't want that. They think they do. When it comes time, no, I don't want to do any of that. Where's my supreme leader to do it for me? Yeah, not good. I love all the petitioners as I'm going through that. Excuse me. I am reading a lot of the emails. And no, I'm not responding, but I'm reading all that. This base of 1,000, these are what make American citizens. This is what Americans say. Yes, these people have what it takes to be an American. That's exactly what we're looking for. And that's why I love how I did this. I know everybody's kind of worked up and worried about things, but I'm going to get it done. It's just crossing T's, dotting I's. That's what I do, and it's also in my time frame. Working all weekend doesn't help, right? But, folks, it's going to get there, and if we're audited, can you imagine America reading through all of your emails, how you talk, and how we went through this process? At least from my side, I can guarantee all of you, Americans are like, wow, these people are ready to be Americans. That's how it looks. That's how it looks largely on exchange. Well done, everybody. Don't lose heart. Government's going to ramp up. They're going to have their threats. They're going to be bullying because they're scared. They're desperate. But USA sees them coming a mile away. And their day is coming. Their Iran, Venezuela, Cuba day is coming for Canada. Don't lose heart. And it does bug me when I see that, not only on the page, but just general activity from Canadians. Oh no, I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't want to. I want to follow my government. It's like you keep going back. That's why you're in the situation you're in. And for those who see through it, pushing through, especially those who signed the petition, you're going to see the glory of it. This, I promise to you. Where I'm sitting, I am right there with that American administration, those Republican and Democrat Americans. Like, I made it to that point in my life. That's an exciting thing. It's a very exciting thing indeed. God bless. Love you all. Share. Get it out there. Bye now.